I have this unfinished wood circle. I got it in a pack of 3 from Hobby Lobby, and it measures about 15 inches. I'm going to take my General Finishes Antique Walnut Gel Stain and a Gen Foam brush, and I'm going to stain the entire board. Now there is a little raised edge around the entire circle, and then I'm also going to make sure I get the outer edge as well with the gel stain. I'm then going to take my paper towel and just rub in the gel stain. This just helps get the excess gel stain off, and it kind of helps expose the wood grain a little better as well. I got these Klingon window decals from Walmart. They had individual snowflakes and then 3 different size Christmas trees. And I'm going to just take the individual snowflakes and I'm going to just peel them all off so I can see the variety of sizes and shapes that I have. And again, they're just like a window cling. You can find a lot of these things at the Dollar Tree or Dollar General as well for an inexpensive price. And I'm just going to set those aside for a second. I'm going to take my Wise Owl furniture salve and my 2-inch palm brush, and I'm going to just apply the salve to my gel stain. This is just going to give it a nice coat, but the main reason for doing this was I thought maybe it would help the window clings to just adhere to the board a little better. It's not going to be a permanent stick, but it's just going to help them lay nicely for my next step. You can also maybe use a small dab of E6000. We do not need something that's going to be a permanent hold unless you skip the next step, which may be something some of you want to do. But if you hide a little bit of E6000 behind the white part of the snowflake and not on the clear part, you may not even be able to see it. And I just assorted these snowflakes around the circle, kind of keeping the middle section of the board blank. And you could rearrange these to your liking. And then I'm just going to rub them down Next, I'm going to take some wood letters. I got all of these laser cut letters right at Hobby Lobby. You can buy them in packs for an inexpensive price. And I'm going to put Oh Holy and then Night with the larger laser cut wood letters. And I'm just using this popsicle stick to just help me keep it nice and straight. And you can mess with them to make it even. And then I'm going to put All Is Calm on the bottom in the smaller laser cut letters. Now you do want to adhere these in place. I'm going to use some Elmer's wood glue. You just need a very small amount. Hot glue at this point really isn't going to hold that well just because of the furniture salve, but the wood glue seemed to do the trick. And again, I just need everything kind of held in place until we move to the next step. I just have a small art brush and I just dab a small amount onto the back of the wood letters. And then again, I'm using the popsicle sticks to just help me keep everything somewhat straight. I'm then going to take my amazing clear cast resin. You can get this from Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And there's 2 sides, a part A and a part B. And you just want to make sure you mix equal parts of each side. So I'm just going to start with side A or part A in 1 cup. And I like using these disposable red cups just because they have the mark of the line on the inner side. So it just kind of gives me an idea for measuring. And I'm going to mix the equal parts together and then I'm just going to stir it. And you want to go off of the instructions based on the epoxy that you're using. We also sell the A Maker Studio brand on our website at chalkitupfancy.com. And I'm just stirring this with a large popsicle stick. If you're really into the epoxy crafts, you can even get a little mixing machine that is meant for mixing epoxy, and you just set the cup on the mixer and it spins the epoxy for you. So once it's nice and stirred, I'm then going to just start by pouring what I have in my cup just in the center of my board. You can even go around the edges. And you know, sometimes it's hard to gauge how much you're actually going to need. I just need a very thin coat, but I do want it to cover and come higher than my wood letters, but not over the border of the sign. Now I'm just moving it around, and as you can see, my H is moving. That's because I must not have added enough wood glue, but that is the whole reason to adhere your letters before dumping the epoxy, because if I hadn't done that, every single one of those letters would have been moving, and that would have been very frustrating. So I did need to stir more epoxy up, so I just took my second cup and I added a little bit of silver glitter to this. I use very fine glitter, and I'm just going to stir that in very well. And then I'm just going to pour the rest of the epoxy on the outer edge. Now, epoxy is self-leveling, but you do want to help it kind of move to the areas that it's missing. But if it's sitting level, it will level out pretty nicely. So I just like tilting my board to make sure that the epoxy hits all areas. And then I'm just going to push that H back down to the epoxy. I have an embossing tool, and this is just going to help eliminate any air bubbles. Some people say you can even spray some rubbing alcohol to help eliminate the bubbles as well. And there we go. Now we just have this really nice Oh Holy Night, All is Calm winter sign with the window decal stickers. And as the epoxy dries, which it does take several hours, you can't even see the snowflake is a decal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Paint products, tissue paper transfers, and mesh stencils can all be found on our webpage at chalkitupfancy.com. And don't forget, you can also check out other tutorials on our website as well. Have a great day.